Here we go. We are set to go for the Miller Main. And don't forget, on the way out tonight, if you buy an adult long-sleeve Supercross jersey, you get a free 1985 Supercross program, no charge. The concession stands on the way out. Here we go. They're set to go! It is Burnworth, 39. O'Mara second. Johnson, no, Lachine third. Johnson fourth. Scott Burnworth gets a whole shot on the work Suzuki. Lachine in second, O'Mara third, Barnett fourth, Johnson fifth. Oh, a rider down. It's a Kawasaki. It is King. Alan King is down and up again. Glover is moving in about 8th spot. Glover in 8th. Scott Burnworth in front. Hamul, California, down by the Mexican border. On a factory Suzuki with Lachine on his back tire. Lachine's got the lead. Lachine takes the lead. O'Mara pulls into third. It is Lachine, Burnworth, O'Mara, Barnett. And here comes Ward. Mark Barnett right behind O'Mara, trying to go into third. Almost. Lachine in front, Burnworth second, O'Mara third, Barnett fourth. Now Glover's gone to fifth. Glover's on the move. Glover going in front of O'Mara. O'Mara trying to take it back. No. It is 6, 39, 9 and 4, and Glover's on the gas. Watch Glover number 4. Here's Barnett. On the outside, he goes around Burnworth. So Barnett is in second and gaining on Lachine. But a long way to go. And Glover goes around Burnworth. You've got a two-rider battle for second, and Burnworth comes back in front of Glover. Holy Toledo over the jump. Burnwood is racing Glover. Here's the triple. No. Glover does not have the drive for the triple. He goes into third. In front of Burnwood. Burnwood comes back. He tangles with Glover. Burnwood is down. It is 6 in front, 9 in second, 4 in third, then 1 in fourth, and number 5 in fifth. Here's Hanna. Hanna's trying to pass Johnson for fifth. Hanna's got fifth. Hanna has gone to fifth. It is still Lachine in front. Number 6, a big, almost insurmountable lead, but anything can happen. Lachine has crashed before in the lead. And Lachine is on his way to an overall victory if he can just hold on for a lap and a half to go. Barnett is reeling him in, but there's not enough time for Barnett to catch him. Hanna trying to go by O'Mara. But he backs off at the last minute. Here's Hanna trying to get in O'Mara for fourth. He's got him! And Bob Hanna has gone to fourth. Incredible! Write her down. That's 32 Rodney Smith. White flag lap. 1 lap to go for Lachine. Glover is trying to get by Barnett for second spot. It's still going to be Lachine overall if he finishes now. Here's the checkered flag, ladies and gentlemen. The overall winner, number 6, Ronnie Lachine, Team Honda. Barnett threw a chain. Barnett has thrown a chain. Glover gets second. Oh, Hanna gets third. Barnett's got to get up the hill. O'Mara gets fourth. Barnett's trying to get across the line. Oh, what a tough break for Barnett. He is upset. He threw a chain in the final 30 feet. Oh, what a tough break for Barnett. Look at him on the screen. He is so upset. What a terrible break. Barnett had second almost sewed up. He threw a chain. What a tough break. Your winner overall, it will be Ronnie Lachine. Second will be Brock Glover. And there goes, let's give him a round of applause. Mark Barnett, he pushes across the line.
Well, Larry, I have the overall winner down here, and I'll tell you what, that's probably the wildest Supercross race that we have had in years, and I'd like to hear a big round of applause for the overall winner. How about it? 2 nights in a row, Ron Lachine. Ron, a tough way to go.
Yeah, it really was. I thought I had that first one wrapped up. I had a big lead, and I was having a little bit of trouble in this turn here, and I tried a different line, and I hit the hay bale and knocked me down.
Ron, I have no idea who finished second and third behind you, but if you'd have had time while you were in that lead to look up at the Diamond Vision, you'd have seen some wild action. They were really going nuts out there. The track looked great.
Yeah, I think it was a lot better tonight. It didn't get as ruddy as it did last night. I had a little trouble after I fell. I hurt my shoulder, and I wasn't real sure how I was going to do that one, but got another good start, and just took.
It's been nearly 10 years since the Europeans were last here in America, but tonight, in Los Angeles, the World Supercross Finals, the Nippondenzo Supercross Special, will present over 60 of America's and Europe's top motocross stars on a track that has been described as the roughest ever by both the Americans and Europeans. You'll see all the top American stars, Bailey, Ward, Lachine, and Hawley, and the top Europeans, Jan Van Dorn, Strebos, and Jobé. They'll all be here tonight. And now, we're ready for the first race.
It's a 250 card sideways right now.
He is down. We're looking for a go.
Looks like Rick Johnson on that privateer Yamaha is right in there.
On the outside, they're side by side. Three abreast. He's running in second spot. Third now as he goes through the rockers.
Yeah, first place is George Jobé, the world champion twice in the 250 class, and now he's back on his familiar side after a year off in the 500s. He's back to 250s. Oh, we got Eric Keogh on the Suzuki challenging through the ropes.
Okay. Now looking at Keogh coming back into second place and coming out, and they should get that green for go now. They do. Number 11 running in the lead. George Jobay running in the lead, the second spot rider. The number 6 running in second. Ricky Johnson running in the second spot now. The number 5, rather.
I'll tell you, Rod, this seems to be a surprise to a lot of people. The Europeans aren't usually noted for their quick starts.
Definitely, Jobay is looking a lot better than the last time we saw him in the stadium.
Oh, and there goes Rick Johnson inside, and Rick Johnson put the classic pass.
Oh, Johnson set him up and did it to him.
It's the last lap of the race, and look at that. Ricky Johnson taking his hand off the bars. He does it again, waving to the crowd that he's number 1. People here at the Coliseum, almost 50,000 of them were shocked to see a European streak out to the lead. But now, Ricky Johnson, Mr. Rad and Bad himself, taking hands off the bars, his feet off the pegs. This is not what you would call a conservative racer. Looking at the crowd, he ought to be stylish here. Look at that. 1 foot off the peg as Ricky Johnson takes the first heat win, and that should be Jobay coming across the line in second place.
RJ, Ricky Johnson, they call you Flash. You are just a madman out there. The crowd loves you.
Yeah, I was just having a good time. I broke away from George really early on in the race. He didn't seem to be a problem. I was just sort of feeling the bike. I was a little bit nervous. I had a flat before the race. I was a little bit keyed up. I think that's where my start suffered, and he cut me off a couple times. But as soon as I got out in the open, I was a little bit bored. I thought I'd put on a show for the people.
Easy track?
Easy track, yeah. I wasn't having no problems with any of the jumps. A couple riders did, but it's doesn't seem to hinder me any, so I'm doing good.
It's a 250 card sideways right now. Oh, it looks like Scott Burnworth, newly signed Yamaha rider from El Cajon, California, had to start along with Johnny O'Mara, number 5 on the Honda. Excuse me, Johnny's running number 3.
They're running up the front and looking like Burnworth in the second spot.
And another young rider, Terry Fowler from El Cajon. They're neighbors with Scott Burnworth is riding, and also neighbors with me are running in second, third. Now yes. Fowler fell back to 4th. And you see O'Mara, the classic season veteran. He's been the champion, the Supercross champion, taking the lead early here, pulling a little bit of distance on Burnworth. Does a little one-hander to show for the crowd.
Exactly. O'Mara, he was Supercross champion, not last year, but the year before. And Brock, I was talking with him before the race, and Johnny really sees the Rodeo Cup here as a stepping stone to get back into the form that won him the Supercross title a couple years back. You can see him really attacking the course here early on to establish himself as a front runner.
It's very interesting to see Burnworth just riding back there. He's riding back in the 4th place, and he knows what he's doing, and he's getting us. We're going to see if that's going to pay off.
Yeah.
I can't blame him a bit, Rod. The main event is all the marbles here, and I'll tell you, every person here. Look, Johnny O'Mara's pulling off. You've got it. Johnny O'Mara doing the same thing right there. Pulls off. Eric Gabors is riding at a quarter throttle pace right ahead of him, and he doesn't know what to do, and they don't know what to do. It's great to see this. Gabors is...
He's trying to wait for 12, AJ.
Gabors is sitting there trying to wait for... He doesn't know because he knows the second will put him in the wrong gate. He's trying to sit back and wait for O'Mara to pass him, and O'Mara won't. And here comes Burnworth with another rider, not sure, a lapped rider, not sure what's going on with Burnworth. All these top
riders. Here's the checker flag, and I think the finisher, let's see what
he does. The winner, no.
They gave it to the wrong one.
Winner was A.J. Whiting.
A.J. Whiting, the number 12, won it, and he gave him the white flag.
Yep, A.J. Whiting has won the race. Gabors comes in second. Johnny O'Mara, 3rd place, and now we see Scott Burnworth.
We're listening to the announcer right now. Johnny O, I think you came in 3rd. Did you?
Yeah, I know I did get 3rd. I had it, I knew that I was in the lead, and the way the race goes tonight, the final is going to be, a staggered start. And if you get 1st and 2nd, you're going to be in the 2nd row start, and I wanted to get 3rd, so I'm in the 1st row start.
A little sandbagging.
Yeah, but, there's the way they're putting all these rules in for us, and, I want to win the race, so there's no way you can win the race in the 2nd row, so I'm going to try. That's why I got 3rd.
This is the 3rd heat race. Again, the top 2 winners from this event have to start in that delayed start in the main event later on tonight. Jimmy Hawley, number 24, gets off to a bad start. Yamaha in the middle of the pack. He's the guy who is the points leader here in the World Supercross Finals, and that's the guy. Whoa! three riders going down right in front of Jimmy Hawley. You can see him over on the right-hand side of your screen, number 24 in the white Yamaha, trying to get back in the race. Here now, we're cutting to Hawley on the other side of the track. He's got to ride like a crazy man in order to get back in the field. And as you can see, that motorcycle bucking around just like a bronco in a rodeo. He is having an incredibly tough time trying to get back into the field. Now here's your leader, Ron Lachine, number 6. He runs for the Kawasaki factory. He just signed with Team Green, Kawasaki, a few months ago. This is his first American appearance on a Team Green machine, and he's way out in front. Now, you can't help but wonder if he's going to start thinking the same way that Johnny O'Mara did during the last race. At the end of the event, is he going to slow down? Perhaps so. There he is, looking back over his shoulder, trying to find out where the runners-up may be.
Waves to the crowd. Oh, he pretends like he stalls his bike or stalls it on purpose. John Vanderberg looks at him.
Vanderberg says, I'm going to stop too.
This is incredible.
Here comes the Phil Larson, 62.
Yeah, Phil Larson's in third.
And Ron keeps looking for Larson, and Larson's no way.
Vanderberg stops, dude. Come on. He's going to take that old bike.
Oh, I know what's going to happen now. They're all going to stop.
Vanderberg, look at this. This is Academy Award of the night. He's acting like he hurt himself. Ron stops.
Phil Larson's going to win it. He says the heck with it.
There it is. And Ron Lachine puts himself exactly where he wants to be.
Third place.
Vanderberg. RJ, Ricky Johnson, Flash, man, you just saw a couple of races. They weren't races. You raced. They didn't.
Yeah, I think that's really chicken of O'Mara and of Lachine. I really thought they were more professional than that. I didn't think that, you know, when I said I was going to come out here, race to win, I'm here to race to win. If you're capable of winning a qualifier, then you should be on the back row. They want to test this rule to see if it's fair. And now, here I am, the only one, and I'm riding a privateer bike tonight. So who's a man and who's chicken is the way I look at it.
Did it ever cross your mind to sandbag?
It crossed my mind, but I really thought it wasn't fair to the people, and it isn't fair to the system. They want to try the system out, see how the second row start works in case if they want to use it for a next year format. And now all these guys are just sandbagging. If I was the crowd, I'd get up and walk home.
Back now to action on the starting line. This is the fourth and final heat race. We've got David Bailey and Jeff Ward, among others, on the starting line. You really got to consider Ward the favorite, although Bailey, he's due for a good one. Not here, though. Bailey really does not get a good start, while Ward streaks to the front of the pack over the 3 jumps. Now, you got to begin to wonder, was Bailey's poor start due to a lack of timing on the gate? Or could Bailey maybe be thinking about the acting that he needs to do in order to achieve that first gate start? Remember, it's a 3rd or 4th place finish in this race that will be important to him. That second place rider you saw go down, 54, Russ Wageman, caused a little bit of traffic. That gave Jeff Ward a very large lead. And if Ward is thinking the same way that the other riders were earlier on, he's in a lot of trouble. There's a big space between first and second place. Jeff Ward, number 2 on the Kawasaki, recently crowned 250cc national champion. That's an outdoor motocross circuit. Here, of course, Supercross indoors is a whole different story right there. He did take the title by 2 points over you, Brock. There's a good picture of David Bailey. Now, David, a bad start, slowly beginning to work his way up through the pack now. He was in 10th place off the starting line, but if he can pass Wageman, and on the inside, he also passes number 14, one of the Japanese riders, Yasuto Fujiki. That'll put him up into, I believe, 4th place. No, that'll make it 3rd. And that's exactly where David Bailey wants to be at this point in the race. A 3rd place finish would allow him to start the main event later on tonight in that all-important front row. Let's move on now. The white flag is out. This is the last lap of the race. And let's see what Jeff Ward is going to do. The Kawasaki rider who took the 250 outdoor title and the indoor Supercross title this year has got a big gap between him and second place. We're waiting for him to come out. Ward has not come out from around the peristyle. We don't have a picture of him, but there on the screen, you can see the area where Ward has come apparently to a complete stop. The question is he waiting for another rider, or did he fall down or break his bike? Here's number 21, your brand new leader, Ricky Ryan, also on a Kawasaki. Ricky comes from San Jose, a real hot up-and-comer on that Kawasaki team. A privateer, which means he does not get direct factory support. However, the factory does help him out with some of his expenses. And there's Jeff Ward looking strong as ever. So even though we didn't see a picture of it, you gotta believe that Jeff Ward was pulling a little stunt out there out of the range of spectators. So you gotta give him credit for that. Ward's still in a little bit of trouble. He's in second place. He's looking over his shoulder because he wants that guy in the red jersey to pass him. That's that Yamaha rider, Russ Wageman. They're moving closer to the finish line. There we have the checkered. Ryan will take the win, so he'll have to start the main event in that second wave. So will Bailey. Bailey came up into second when Ward stopped behind the peristyle. Ward will finish third, and that's exactly where he wanted to be.
Came here to watch people race. But the way it looks now is you got a bunch of people who are afraid to start in the second row, so they stop so they can get a front row start. If this is a race, then let's race. If we're going to have a motorcycle show, then all you people can go home and we can putt around the track. But I'm sorry for the way the people that I race with act, but I thought they were more professional than that.
You've heard the bottom line. If you're a racer, you want to win, and you win any way you can, but you win within the rules. Jeff, you're within the rules. What's been going on here?
Well, as advertised, there's a European start front row, American start back row. That's how we came here. Then we get here and find out there's a qualifying to make the front row and back row, and it's just not fair, if some guys go out there and sandbag, which I wasn't the first one to do it, and I'm not going to start in the back row and have another manufacturer win the race because of it. They'll get all the glory. So of course I have to do the same thing, and that's the way it went with a couple of riders. So then they changed the rule and make it one-man starting gate, which gives me a bad position on the line anyway. So, fair's fair. I'll start from the back row and see what I can do. I just don't want to get hurt out there, but I'll give them a run for the money. But it's gonna be hard to catch, David and Johnny because they're going fast. But I'll give it a try.
Okay, why'd you come in second? Was it you or Rick Johnson gave a pretty emotional speech?
Yeah, well, the whole thing started out, I was in the fourth heat, and I was going to wait and see what everybody did because it's foolish with O'Mara doing that in the first heat for somebody after that to try to win the race with O'Mara in the front row. And I thought Johnson was pretty cool about it. And as soon as he saw the guys were doing it, he came down and said, everybody feels the same way. It sucks. It's horrible to turn out that way. It's a joke. But when everybody was booing the riders that were doing it, and I think those guys that don't have quite as much respect, the spectators for him, I thought, I'm going out to win this heat race. And on the second lap, I came down the peristyle when my rear disc brake failed. I had no brake. He thinks I'm riding around slow. I was doing the best I could to stop for the corners, and I went ahead. I saw Ward sitting there just waiting for me. I went ahead and did it. I'm going to try to win this sucker from the back row.
Down in the starting line as we prepare for the start of the World Supercross Finals at the LA Coliseum. The gates down. The first wave you can see on the right hand, the second wave on the left, and Jeff Ward streaks to the start. He's got the whole shot right off the bat. Uh-oh, a little contact up on top. That looks like Ron Lachine, who went off the track and is in the infield right now. Talk about a serious blow. You end up at the back of the pack at the very beginning of the race. It's awful tough to get around 19 other riders to regain the lead, and that's exactly what Lachine will have to do. Now, focus your attention on the leader, Jeff Ward, number 2. This year, he was crowned not only the champion of the 250cc outdoor circuit, but he was also the champ of the year-long Supercross circuit here in motocross. And at the end of the first full lap, the green flag is out. Jeff has got himself a comfortable full 1 second lead. Back behind him, the very first guy who was caught sandbagging, that's Johnny O'Mara on Team Honda. Back down the peristyle, 90 feet from top to bottom, the only place in the entire country where we have an uphill and downhill. And there you can see our two front runners as they're working on lap number 2 of a 20-lap main event. It's this race here upon which all of the marbles are thrown out. The points, the money, and of course all of the prestige, not to mention the first ever Rodeo Cup. By having all of the top finishers in the qualifiers start in the second wave. Whoa! Down on the track, that's Ricky Johnson. Ricky is not the rider crumpled up in the middle of the track. He's over on the side trying to get his Yamaha going again. The down riders, you can see, receiving immediate medical attention, but Ricky is now at a severe disadvantage in the race. Back to your leader, Jeff Ward and Johnny O'Mara. We started to say a few moments ago, the winners of the earlier races were supposed to start in the second wave. They figured that would be the fastest group of riders. As you saw, though, with the sandbagging that went on, the riders playing a lot fox, the promoters. and turned it around on him. And look who's in front of Wardy right now, number 5, Ricky Johnson. Now, Ricky, remember, went down earlier. We saw that on camera. Now finds himself in a position where he's about to be lapped. Complete surprise. Ricky went down because he had simply no place else to go on the track. He had got a fair start and was moving his way up through the pack pretty nicely, but when somebody falls down right in front of you, well, very frequently, you don't have much choice in the matter as to where you're going to land. There's RJ, number 5 on the Yamaha. Again, he's a lap down. He's not in the lead. Number 2, Jeff Ward, now has got to put all of his concentration towards figuring out a safe way behind Ricky. It's going to be interesting to see here whether or not RJ is going to carry any kind of grudge against Jeff Ward. Here they are going into a corner, and even though Ricky is a lap down, it doesn't look like he's giving Jeff any slack in that corner at all. Now finally he moves towards the outside, and I think Ricky decided, yes, I really don't want to make a big issue of this. Let's not get in any kind of trouble and just keep everybody safe. And the white flag is out. We're on the last lap of the race, and now this is going to be the final opportunity that Johnny's going to have to take this away. Wouldn't it be something if Jeff Ward were to lead every single lap of this race except for the last one? Well, that's the idea that Johnny O'Mara has in the back of his mind right now. As you can see, the Coliseum scoreboard reminding the 50,000 fans here that there's just one lap left. Team Kawasaki, they've stuck with Jeff Ward through thick and thin, and this year, of course, winning the 250 National Championship and the Supercross Champion. And now, Johnny O'Mara, number 3, really putting the gas on like he has not all race long. O'Mara is closing to within a bike length and a half, drops down to 2 bike lengths over the whoop-de-doos. Here in the rocker section will probably be O'Mara's best chance as riders have the opportunity for 2 different lines here. No, instead, O'Mara plays it safe and follows the same line. That means it's going to be the last corner. That'll be his last chance. Johnny O, he's a little too far outside to have a good shot at it, and sure enough, it's not going to happen. Jeff Ward takes the checkered flag and the win. However, the series win for the Rodeo Cup will go to number 24, Jimmy Hawley. Jeff Ward, the winner of the main event here tonight at the Los Angeles Coliseum, but all the marbles in the Rodeo Cup will go to this man right here. He was the runner-up in Sweden, the winner in Spain, 5th overall tonight. However, he beat John Vandenberg, shaking his hand right there, and he will win the prestigious Rodeo Cup. Jimmy Hawley.
This is it, Jeff Ward, the World Finals of Supercross winner. Jeff, how was it?
That was all right. There's a little problem, with the starting gate, and the crowd doesn't seem too pleased that I won, but, I got forced on the first gate, but it was all right. I went and won, so I'm glad to be here anyway.
Okay, let's forget about that starting problem. There was a race out front, and it was with you and O'Mara. Did you feel the heat?
Yeah, Johnny rode really strong. He was there the whole way, and I was a little tense at first. I was a little tight, and I started loosening up towards the end. I opened up a little bit. A few lappers got in the way at the end there and closed Johnny right on the back of me, but I held on. And it's just a good race for me right now to get ready for next year because I know what I can take from him.
Okay, everything's over and done. Would you do the same thing? Would you start on the same position? Would you do the same kind of race?
Yeah, I definitely would. I wouldn't be up here if I wasn't, so I have to be happy with that choice. And I got kind of made for me, but it's all right.